Welcome to Ride Empire. Today, we are stepping back into the golden era of American muscle, where raw power, aggressive styling, and commanding road presence define true performance cars. And among all the legends that roared down the streets, one name stands above the rest: the Pontiac GTO Judge. The Pontiac GTO wasn't just a car, it was a movement. When it was first introduced in the mid-1960s, it practically invented the muscle car culture. But in 1969, Pontiac took things even further by launching a special edition that would change the game forever. This was no ordinary GTO. This was the Judge, a car that combined outrageous styling, unmatched street power, and a personality so bold that it earned its rightful place as a true king of muscle cars. Dressed in its iconic bright yellow, the Judge was built to grab attention. From the moment you laid eyes on it, you knew this wasn't just another Pontiac. Its wide stance, aggressive lines, ram air hood, rear spoiler, and bold striping made sure everyone noticed. This wasn't just muscle, it was muscle with attitude. The Judge demanded respect wherever it went. Under the hood, the Pontiac GTO Judge was pure firepower. It came standard with a 400 cubic inch V8 Ram Air 3, producing an incredible 366 horsepower. But if that wasn't enough, buyers could upgrade to the legendary Ram Air IV, which pushed performance even further. This engine turned the Judge into a street monster, capable of taking on Mustangs, Camaros, and even Mopars of its time. The roar of that V8 was music to every gearhead's ears, deep, raw, and untamed. On the quarter-mile strip, the Judge was feared. It wasn't just fast, it was dominating. The name itself, the Judge, wasn't just chosen at random. Pontiac borrowed it from a popular comedy show skit at the time, Here Comes the Judge, because they knew this car was going to pass judgment on every competitor in the muscle car market. And it did. Everywhere it went, it ruled the streets. Step inside, and you're welcomed by a driver-focused interior that perfectly matched its muscle identity. The classic dashboard, round gauges, and sporty steering wheel gave drivers a cockpit designed for performance. Every switch, every dial, was angled toward the person behind the wheel, reminding them they were in command of something extraordinary. And while luxury wasn't the main goal, the Judge still offered comfort, bucket seats, stylish trim, and a layout that made every ride exciting. The Judge wasn't just about performance, it was also about personality. Its colors, stripes, and bold graphics made it instantly recognizable. It stood out even in a crowd of muscle cars. Yellow, orange, and other bright shades gave it a flashy presence that screamed confidence. Unlike anything else on the road, the Pontiac GTO Judge was unapologetically loud, proud, and powerful. But what really made the Judge special was its place in American culture. In the late 60s and early 70s, cars weren't just machines, they were symbols of freedom, rebellion, and individuality. Owning a Pontiac GTO Judge meant you weren't afraid to stand out. You weren't just another driver, you were a ruler of the road. And that's why enthusiasts today still treasure the Judge as one of the most collectible and legendary muscle cars of all time. Over the years, the GTO Judge has become more than just a car, it's a time capsule. A reminder of when horsepower wars were at their peak, when design was bold and fearless, and when automakers built cars that made hearts race and tires scream. The Judge represents an era when driving wasn't just transportation. It was an experience, an adrenaline rush, a statement of who you were. Collectors today pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to own a piece of that history. Restored Pontiac GTO Judges in bright yellow or the famous carousel red stand as priceless icons in private collections and museums. For many, it's not just a car, it's a dream come true, a living legend that embodies the golden age of American muscle. On the road, the Judge still commands respect. Its thunderous exhaust note, its muscular stance, and its iconic look turn heads instantly. Even among modern supercars, the Judge refuses to be ignored. It's not about technology, not about electronics, not about hybrid systems. It's about pure, raw, mechanical power, the kind of driving experience that connects man and machine in its purest form. The Pontiac GTO Judge was built for drivers who craved performance, who wanted to make a statement, and who weren't afraid of the spotlight. It was never meant to blend in. It was designed to dominate. And even today, more than 50 years later, it still does exactly that. When you think of VIP muscle cars, the Judge deserves to be at the top of the list. It represents everything a true muscle car should be: bold design, explosive power, and legendary presence. It is not just remembered, it is celebrated. The Judge is proof that some legends never fade. So as we close this ride through history, remember this: cars like the Pontiac GTO Judge aren't just machines. They are works of art. They are symbols of a time when driving meant freedom, power, and passion. And that's why Ride Empire celebrates them. The Pontiac GTO Judge, built to rule, born to dominate, and destined to remain a king forever. This is Ride Empire, and this is muscle at its very best.